Hello, my name is Chavis. Today I'll be talking to you about the pros and cons of flammable refrigerants. And we're going to start off by talking about the history of the refrigerants. Most refrigerants back in the day were flammable. And it come to where they was trying to make the refrigerants non-flammable. So in 1926, the task was given to Thomas Migley to try and come up with a refrigerant that was not flammable and non-toxic. So in 1930, him and the guys that he worked with, the chemists he worked with, they came together and they created the CFCs, R12, and created that in 1930. So what he did, he had a meeting with the American Chemical Society, and what he did, he inhaled R12 and blew it on a candle to show that it was not flammable and it was not toxic because he inhaled it. So flammability is the ability for a substance to burn or ignite, causing a fire or combustion. There's two chemicals that contribute to flammability of a substance, and that's the flash point and the vapor pressure. And examples of flammable refrigerants is like methane, propane, butane, ethane, and isobutane. And here's a chart that shows the safety classification of refrigerants. And what you have A1, A2, A3, and B1, B2, B3. A meaning that it has a low toxic, and B showing that it has a high toxic, and 1 showing that there's no flame in the refrigerant, 2 meaning a lower flame or 2L, and higher flammability meaning 3. The pros and cons of flammable refrigerants. The pros is that flammable refrigerants have a lower global warming potential, but they are also more energy efficient. The cons is that they are flammable, they require additional safety features and safety of the technicians. And in the hydrocarbons, for the pros, it's 15% less energy efficient than the hydrofluorocarbons. And in my conclusion, new refrigerants are being developed, such as R1, 2, 3, 4, and these refrigerants contain a low flammability and have a low global warming potential. The refrigerant it has replaced R134A and automotive ACs in Europe. But to me, I think if they do not come up with, I'm pretty sure they will, I hope they will come up with a flammable refrigerant, well, non-flammable and don't have a high global warming potential. But for now, I think, to me personally, I think it's more important, I think it's best to use a flammable refrigerant. And yeah, I think it's best to use a flammable refrigerant because so the global warming won't be depleted. The global warming potential won't be as high because we can come up with the safety standards and raise safety, increase the safety on how to work on the HVA system, and that's it. And this is my reference.